Alright, my killer make his face go. That's one thing about Ksoo. Yeah, I heard, man. What else we gonna talk about? What else? Blue telling in that gym. Ksoo, yeah, he been a fan. Don't wish death on nobody. I swear that he could be that man, cause he could catch a head shot. Police shot red that I smoked so much, yeah, I fell in love with that though. What's up? What happened? K.A.Vuitton. Up the sheets, yeah, as you can see, different background, you know what I'm saying? I got a little bit more sophisticated in the most messiest room, you know what I'm saying? I'm abroad, I'm traveling, I'm doing my thing. I'm in the land of the rising sun for the moment. But anyways, we're gonna talk our shit. We still on the hip hop shit. But anyways, and anywho's, we here to talk about it now. I don't know if y'all heard the situation. I don't know if y'all seen what y'all seen, but Ksoo and ATK Scotty ain't work out the best for them. You know, they had to do some time. Now, I ain't gonna lie to you, I ain't think they was gonna win the case at all. Me personally, I didn't think they was gonna win the case. I just thought, yo, it was what it was, and motherfuckers had to do what they had to do to survive. Like, bro, you gotta understand this. Ksoo and them, they did what they did. It was on two. I think Ksoo was they were doing a court case. I think this was for Lil Buck, I believe. And I don't know if they did the baby court case yet, but they basically did the case. The father came, was the accessory. They did what they did, and the father came to pick them boys up and drive them wherever they had to go, drive them boys. After that little situation happened, of course, they got caught up in this and that, and this. They had to go do whatever. With that being said, though, we got to the point that them boys, so my shit will be sorry about it. But anyways, we got to the point that them boys got locked up. Blue somehow got locked up, and then he started telling on them boys because he wasn't rocking out with them or whatever have you, right? So, with that being said, bro, when your own father is blaming you for you being in jail, why he in jail, and he start testifying, I thought this was a rap. This was a done case. Now we had people like Young and Ace, you know, that's his peoples, that's his brother. Them. He was being overly optimistic and all that shit. You know what I'm saying? Trying to adjust this a little bit, but anyways, being overly optimistic and all that shit. You know what I'm saying? And saying them boys gonna get out. He dropped a music video for his song "I'm Sorry" or whatever have you. And I will say, I do got to do an album review on the Ace album because I did like how introspective and reflective it is. Not to say he's not as introspective, but I definitely hear more of the grown man attitude and taking responsibility for your actions or being the catalyst to your actions. So I do appreciate that growth I am hearing from the music. Yeah, he's always kids. When motherfuckers start having kids, they always clock to shit and they always grow up. Hold on a second, you know what I'm saying? I'm saying motherfuckers be texting me and shit like that. Give me a second. Give me a second on here. Hey, you know what it is, life of a creator. Anyways, so we chatting, we talking or whatever. So I didn't think it was that. So as we said, we got the verdict. Both ATK Scotty and Ksoo, they got convicted of this shit and they doing their time. It gets to the point where I don't really know what to say. If you was paying attention to the Jacksonville scene and the drill scene, as you know, the lyrics I quoted, one of them was about Ksoo. Well, both was about Ksoo. My head to make his face go. That's one thing about Ksoo. Of course, was Who I Smoke with Young and Ace, Fast Money Goon, Whopper with the Chopper, and what's my nigga name? Spinner Bands. And then the other one was Fulio When I See You, when he said Blue Teller in that jam, you know what I'm saying? So it's just a situation where he was gonna get caught up. Like, this motherfucker really said, I go unalive a dude and go get my feet done. He go get a pedicure. He ain't like stepping on people dirty. He at least had the common decency to go get a little touch up, so he steps on you with etiquette. I never heard no bullshit like that a day in my life, so I was perplexed and confused. But yeah, they caught his ass. That's really all I got to say. I ain't gonna lie. I don't know what they thought was gonna happen, but yeah, they was found guilty of first degree. And yeah, bro, like, it just was what it was. I really had nothing to say. I'm gonna read a little bit of excerpts from this shit. Like, I ain't gonna waste too much of your time, but Oh, ATK Scotty and Ksoo. I did not know that. But anyways, yeah, learn something new every day. But anyways, had been convicted of murdering Charles McCormick after 6 days of grueling testimony. I believe Charles McCormick is Lil Buck. I believe so. Um, I don't think this is Baby. I think Baby was just Ksoo. I don't think Scotty was involved in it, but I don't know. But anyways, found Hakeem Robinson Jr. I believe Ksoo and Leroy Whitaker, ATK Scotty, guilty of first degree. During the trial, prosecutors argued that Robinson and Whitaker, along with their accomplice, Dominique Barner, conspired to unalive McCormick in 2020. The state called Robinson's father, Abdul Robinson Sr., to testify about his son's alleged involvement in the moida. According to First Coast News, the jury only spent 3.5 hours deliberating before their reach over. I ain't gonna lie, especially with the Who I Smoke and the When I See You songs, like, I ain't gonna lie, I know them jurors seen that. But anyways, prosecutors argued Robinson and Whitaker, who are allegedly members of the Jacksonville gang ATK, were motivated by a diss track McCormick released, in which he made fun of shooting that unalive Ksoo's stepbrother, Willie. I heard about Willie before, and injured his father, brother, and cousin. Addison was killed by a member of the 6 Block, a rival gang. Is that the KTA niggas? I think that's no. Anyways, which I don't know why y'all shit is the reverse of the other. Anyways, they also allege Ksoo was the trigger man and fired the deadly shot, but also stated that Whitaker was in the car with the loaded gun ready to pop off. Robinson and Whitaker allegedly plotted with Barner to stalk McCormick, who was a member of 6 Block, from his home to tempt agency. Anyway, sorry about that, like I was saying. So, hey, what was I? Yeah, they blah 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 blah, who's a member of 6 Block, from his home to a temp agency in Jacksonville. After the shooting, prosecutors argued Robinson bragged about unaliving McCormick on media and showed posts to the jury. The rapper's attorney denied the state's allegations and asserted that the rapper was not the man in the video. They also argued that their client's phone wasn't connected to the crime and no murder weapon was discovered. However, Ksoo's father, Abdul Robinson Sr., aka Blue, if you ain't know about Blue, hey, he like Blue's Clues. He gonna figure out the murder. He gonna tell it all. He gonna see it all. Like, I ain't gonna lie. As much, see, the only problem I have with Blue, I'm not condoning crime. But you can't sit here and like, oh, this my son. He rapping about all this and that. And he was a decent rapper too. You was getting some money on off of that because that's your son. He gonna take care of you and whatever. And then you sitting over here like, oh, I ain't respect this and that and this. So it was just a little crazy ass situation with that. So anyways, identified his son in the security video that captured the scene in moments leading up to the shooting. According to Florida law, people who are convicted of first degree murder are usually sentenced to life in prison. This isn't the only crime Ksoo is allegedly involved with. He's set to face another trial for the murder of Adrian Garner, he's accused of unaliving Garner during a shooting, which is allegedly mentioned in Young and Ace's song Ksoo Hamas. Yeah, y'all boys be telling in these drill songs. I ain't gonna cat now. Y'all boys be telling. Y'all just be freeing up the information like it's nothing. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't gonna lie, there's a time difference, so motherfuckers be texting me at awkward times, but we gonna get this shit crack-lacking. Now, if you want my final thoughts on this shit, bro, it was bound to happen. I ain't here trying to wish nothing on nobody or tell motherfuckers to be on whatever type of time, but like, hey, Ksoo and them boys, like, come on, folks. We already knew what it was with them boys. I'm not sitting here trying to do all that, but it was a crazy situation. Listen. I hope, the people affected in this get some type of solace, some type of peace, and they can move on with their lives. It ain't going to bring back the people they lost back, but it is what it is at the end of the day. Other than that, bro, I ain't going to lie. Shit, you could do one Google search, you go figure this shit out. I ain't trying to disrespect. Niggas be self-snitching too much, and that's the thing with these drill songs. Niggas really be self-snitching. I know we like that raw-ish, it's authentic and all that type of time, but like, bro, if you do the crime, you gotta do the time. Hey, you don't gotta get on these rap records and talk about actual crimes. You can lie. We already know your persona, your street references. They will build your character. You ain't gotta get on the song and tell your whole truth. You heard me? Listen, I know when you get on the stand, they say tell the whole truth, the actual truth, and nothing but the truth. You ain't gotta tell it in the song. Leave that for the stand. You heard me? And even in some cases, motherfuckers be lying on that bullshit. But hey, that is what it is. Hey, it sucks because, in my opinion, Ksoo was a decent rapper. He could have had some traction, could have made some money, and moved his family out of, the hood and all that. So it is fucked up that that situation did happen. Like I said, I don't know how him and his father's situation will be because your daddy told y'all knew and got you in some situation. Scotty, who's your cousin, like, it's just a lot of shit here. I know a youngin ain't in his music. He was feeling horrible about it, getting his partners in certain situations. It is a little bit of a situation, so I don't really know what to say. But hey, I don't know. Hopefully, I filled whatever time this video, the length was. I hope they filled it with some type of amazement. You already know what it is. It's your friendly neighborhood K.A. signing off for today. The Black TJ did while doing this thing. My name ring bells like Quasimodo. Hit like, subscribe. You trying to hit a little bit more to hear me. I'm gone. It's K.A. in the land of the rising sun. I'm out here. Slimes on P-Shot gang. Aye.